So one thing we're going to look at is feet. So according to the textbook, a foot is a unit of measure consisting of stressed and unstressed syllables. So when we think of a unit of measure, we're thinking of maybe words or phrases, and it has a certain amount of stressed or unstressed syllables. And then we have meter, which is the count applied to the line of a poem. So let's look at a foot. We look at a foot such as a spondee. So depending on how many we have in the line, that's going to be the meter. It's going to tell us how many spondees we have in a row, or how many spondees and iambs. So let's look at the different types of feet. Let's start with iambs, which are unstressed and stressed. We can hear this in words like amend, depart, release. We see that stress is on the second syllable. Iambs are commonly used in form poetry. One of the main uses is in iambic pentameter. So pent is short for five. So we get 5 meters or 5 iambs within each line. The next one we'll look at is a trochee. So trochee is reversed. It is stressed and then unstressed. So we'll hear the stress at the first of the word, like sapling, gargle, paper. Okay, so we can hear that difference in the where the stresses are placed within the words. Then we get an anapest. Anapest is unstressed, unstressed, and then stressed. We can actually hear this in the word anapest because we're ending with that stress. So two unstressed syllables, then one stressed. We have words like alibi, contradict, of the world. Okay, so it can be a word, can be a phrase, but we get those two unstressed followed by the stressed part. And we have a dactyl. So the dactyl is the opposite. We get the stress of the first and then two unstressed syllables. Liberate, capital, plagiarist. Okay, so we're getting that stress at the first of the word. We've talked about spondees, such as in lockjawed or blockhead. We see those also in chalkboard, French fry, grapefruit. In spondees, both parts of the word are stressed. So we get two stressed syllables together. Then we have a pyrrhic, which is unstressed and unstressed syllables together. We often see these in prepositions such as in the, of the, to the. Sometimes they'll be paired with a stressed syllable, and we get that anapest of the world, to the man, in the hall. Sometimes the pyrrhic is a foot itself. Okay, so be aware of that. And then again, the number of feet in the line will determine the meter. Okay, so let's look more deeply at meter then. So on meter, we have various types. We have meters can be anywhere from 1 feet to 8 feet. We might even get 9 feet, a nanometer, but I've only listed 8 here because I didn't want to spend more time writing this horrible poem that I've written. I use this poem just to show you meter. So 1 foot, if we only have 1 foot on a line, that's called monometer. So we have ugly. So can you tell me what type of foot ugly is? If you said it is a trochee, you are correct because the stress is on the first part. Okay, then we have 2 feet, which is called dimeter. So this one we have the fly, which is an iamb, buzzes, which is a trochee. So we have 2 feet working here. So with 2 feet, it's a dimeter, 3 feet trimeter above my cereal. Okay, so I've listed these or I've highlighted these out so you can see the different feet. And this goes through tetrameter, pentameter. We have talked about pentameter, iambic pentameter. Okay, so we can see those 5 feet lingers so uncomfortably steady. And we don't hear the specific stresses as we do in ugly. Okay, but we still have that motion or that rhythm. And then all the way up to hexameter, heptameter, and octameter. Okay, so if we read this poem straight through, we would see each of those different meters being used here. And I'll let you read that at your own leisure.